The diner was almost empty, except for the flickering neon sign outside that hummed against the silence of a cold, rainy night. Inside, a young waitress named Clara stood behind the counter, her apron damp with coffee stains, her eyes heavy with exhaustion. As she wiped down the last table, the door creaked open. A man limped inside, dirty, crippled, and hunched beneath ragged clothes. His beard was unkempt, his shoes torn apart. Customers turned away, a couple even left. But Clara didn't. She walked over with a tired smile and said softly, "Take a seat, sir. You must be cold." That night, like so many nights after, she fed him from her own pocket. A bowl of soup, a cup of coffee, sometimes even pie when she could afford it. She never asked his name. She never asked what happened to him. She only said one thing, every time: "You're not alone here." And then one day, he looked up with tears in his eyes and whispered, "Clara, I am a billionaire." Clara was 22, a single mother, and barely surviving. She lived in a run-down apartment with her 5-year-old daughter, Lily, who had a fragile heart condition. Clara worked double shifts at the diner, walked home to save bus fare, and often skipped meals so Lily could eat. Her coworkers whispered behind her back, saying she was too soft for always feeding that beggar. The manager scolded her for wasting food. But Clara couldn't help it. Every time she looked at the crippled stranger, she saw her father, who had died years ago in poverty. She remembered the nights they went hungry, and she swore her daughter would never feel that same pain. The beggar, who called himself Henry, never asked for money, only food. He ate quietly, always with dignity, always thanking her with a shaky voice. And Clara, though she had nothing, gave him everything she could. Lily's medical bills piled up. The landlord threatened eviction. Clara's ex-husband refused child support. One night, Clara found herself crying in the storage room of the diner. Her manager had cut her hours. She didn't know how she'd keep the lights on. When she stepped out, she saw Henry waiting by the back door in the rain. He pressed a crumpled flower into her hand, a daisy he had picked from a crack in the sidewalk. "It's not much," he said, "but I wanted you to have something for once." The Clara broke down. Here was a man who had nothing, yet still thought of her. Weeks passed. One stormy evening, Henry didn't come. For 3 days, Clara worried. She searched alleys, bus stops, shelters. No sign of him. On the 4th day, as she served customers, the door opened, but Henry wasn't wearing rags anymore. He was in a tailored suit, clean, shaven. A cane instead of a crutch. The diner fell silent. Even Clara froze. He smiled gently at her and said, "Clara, sit down. I need to tell you the truth." The crippled beggar she had fed was no beggar at all. He was Henry Lancaster, a reclusive billionaire who had lost faith in humanity after betrayal and greed consumed those around him. So he vanished into the streets, testing whether kindness still existed in the world. "And you," he said, his voice breaking, "showed me it does. When everyone else turned away, you fed me. You gave me dignity. You reminded me what humanity is." Clara's hands shook. I just did what anyone should." But Henry leaned closer. "No, Clara, most didn't. Only you." Henry visited Clara's home the next day. He saw the peeling walls, the unpaid bills, and little Lily's frail smile as she played with a broken doll. Tears welled in his eyes. He knelt before Lily and whispered, "From this day forward, you will never suffer again." Within weeks, Clara's rent was paid off. Lily's surgery was scheduled at the best hospital. A trust fund was created for Lily's future. And Clara, the poor waitress, became manager of a brand new restaurant Henry built in her name. But Clara's heart remained humble. She told Henry, "I never helped you for reward. I just couldn't walk past someone in pain." Henry smiled. "And that is why you deserve everything." Years later, Clara would tell Lily the story again and again. "That crippled beggar taught me something," she'd say. "No act of kindness is ever wasted. What you give with love always finds its way back to you, multiplied." The final scene fades with Clara and Lily walking together, hand in hand, while Henry watches from afar, smiling like the father he never got to be.